You're watching UTBE TV 84 Charm City. Tonight at 8:30, it's the Baltimore Ravens eating spoonfuls of Old Bay.
Hey guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to Board Game, the game show. I am your game master, Bruce. You are in my basement, and 6 competitors are about to play 3 games from my collection. The winner from each game will go to the final winner's circle, and the final winner at the end of the show is going to get, what is it tonight? Absolutely nothing. There are no prizes in tonight's game, but gosh darn it, I hope when we begin full shows, there will be. I do remind you, we're in my basement. It's my rules. We're going to play some games tonight that are going to look like games you know. They're going to be in boxes you've seen from companies you've heard of. But we're going to change the rules just a little bit. We'll explain it when we get there. And before we get there, let me introduce the hands behind the operation, our DJ, Rocky. Oh, there we go. It's thumbs, it's hands, it's manicures. Over in the arena, ready to play. Fun nails, Rocky. We're about to jump into today's game number 1. Let me bring my contestants in for game number 1. We have Doug. Let me bring Doug in. Let me also bring Erik in. Hey, gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
Doing well.
Very well, yeah.
Very good, very good. Doug, let me talk to you first. Where are you coming to us from?
I am live from my recording studio in Gresham, Oregon.
From beautiful Gresham, Oregon. So I was just trying to get to where you are in your dulcet tones.
In the dulcet tones. Yes.
So we do it on the show here. What's your favorite game, Doug?
Well, I have several favorites, but the game I've been playing lately around here is I can't find my glasses. Help me find my glasses. It comes with age.
Okay.
True confession, I've actually put on my old glasses to help me find my new glasses.
Nice. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
But a serious answer to the question, I happen to love the sweet, dry flavors of Hansa Teutonica.
Oh my goodness. That is sure a game to pick. Oh my word. So what is it that draws you to Hansa Teutonica? Let's take a second.
There are so many strategies in that game. I've had people say to me, oh, well, to win, you just do such and such. And I say, yeah, let's sit down and play. I know the counter strategy to whatever you're going after. And it's pretty amazing after 30, 40 games. Like, yep, there's a way around that.
Very good. Just 30, 40 games later, you can figure it out. But you're going to play one game, maybe 2 today. And the first one you're going to play against our second contestant, one Mr. Erik Dewey. Dr. Dewmeister, how are you?
Doing well.
Fantastic. I see a couple games in the background. Where are you joining us from?
This is my lovely bedroom in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Oh, where the magic happens in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
Indeed.
You're a gunfighter.
Doesn't work that way.
Fair enough. I'll ask you the same question. What's your favorite game?
It was love at first play. It was Battlestar Galactica.
Nice. You either are or aren't a Cylon, I've been told.
Indeed.
Both.
Nice.
Same time.
Yeah. True. I loved it because you can't do anything innocently. Everything you do can have an ulterior motive. So sussing out who's on your side and who's against you, it's a lot of fun.
Very good. Just like life.
Yeah. Hopefully I don't have that many people against me in life.
Well, now we're going to jump into the game that you two are about to play. So let me start bringing some things up on the screen. Let me show you some things. We're going to begin with tonight's game number 1, which is Linkee. Linkee from the fine folks at Big Potato Games. Linkee is a trivia game where you're going to hear multiple questions. You need to figure out the link between them. So let's do this. There are the scoreboards over at the arena. Rocky's over at the arena. Give us a big wave, Rocky. Hey. I know it's the big part of the screen over there, but all that is the scoreboard. We're going to do the rest from here. For this game, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to read you multiple clues. So I'm actually going to give you a card right now where I'm going to read you multiple questions. The answers to those questions, when combined together, are going to give you a category, and that's what you need to answer. So, to give you an example, your questions for this are, from which material are Frisbees generally made? The giant redwood is a what type of organism? On which organ of the body would you use an electrocardiogram? If lots of clever people leave a country, it's known as a blank drain. So what you would have is plastic on the first one, tree on the second one, heart on the third one, brain on the fourth one. And if you looked at all of those words, you might come up with those being types of surgeons. Types of surgeons: a brain surgeon, a plastic surgeon, a heart surgeon, and a brain surgeon. Make sense, gentlemen?
I don't see myself scoring high on this one.
Well, here's the good news. The first person to 4,
battle.
Right, the first person to 4 is going to win this game. Here's how it's going to go. I'm going to read clues one at a time. You can ring in anytime you think you've got it right. If you ring in and you get it right, bam, you have a point. If you ring in and you get it wrong, your opponent gets to hear all of the separate questions and they get to answer by themselves. Okay? Make sense?
Sounds good.
Very good. So we're going to jump into question number 1. Remember, 4 points will get you to the winner's circle, and the winner's circle sure is a real thing. Here we go. Number 1. The film featuring 2 gay cowboys was called Broke Blank Mountain. To visit several drinking establishments in one night is commonly known as a bar or pub blank. The sternum is known by which other name? What kind of insect is a monarch? Okay, we have a ring in from Dr. Dewmeister.
I think these are all types of swimming strokes.
They are all types of swimming strokes. Give Erik the point. Give Erik the point. 1 point for Erik. Erik's in at 1. Don't forget, we are playing to 4 points. I'm going to rearm these buzzers. I saw Doug was in there just after you, Erik, so he's got it. He's ready. 4 points will get you to the winner's circle. Here is set number 2. Nat King Cole sang, blank roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. George Lucas's special effects department is called Industrial Light and Blank. Which mollusk is commonly eaten raw with lemon and Tabasco? Name the film starring Brad Pitt in which he ages backwards. The Curious Case of Benjamin Blank. Those are your 4 clues. I'm looking for answers. If not, I will have an additional clue I can give you to help you out. Nobody is ringing in, so here is your... Oh, Doug has rung in. Yes, Doug.
I'm going to guess types of mushrooms.
Types of mushrooms is correct. Give Doug the point.
Well done.
We are locked up at 1s. I have rearmed the buzzer, and we're on to question number 3. What type of animal is Diego from the film Ice Age? What type of creature is Dino from the Flintstones? Which hairy animal was related to elephants and mastodons? Which bird made a particularly tasty snack for Dutch settlers on the island of Mauritius? That last one, I'm sure I completely butchered. No one's ringing in, I'm going to guess, because of my bad pronunciation on that last one, which is what you get when you randomly draw cards. Here's your clue. Gone, but not forgotten. We've got a ring in from Doug. Say it again.
Extinct.
Yes, extinct animals is correct. I should remember next time to make sure I can pronounce all of the words on a card.
It's Mauritius, by the way.
Thank you. I have one of these. I do a lot of trivia, and like once a night, I just have one. Hopefully that's my bad one for tonight. Here we go. 2-1. Doug's leading 4. Get you in the final game. What do you call 2 children or animals born at the same time? Which U.S. state do sun-made raisins come from? What type of athlete competes in the annual Mr. Universe contest? What weapon was invented by Uziel We have Dr. Dewmeister. Erik's in. What is it?
Is it Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, it is things to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Give Erik the point. We are locked up at 2s. Remember, 4 points is going to get you to the winner's circle, and I promise you that is an experience you've never had before. Here we go. Which color is sandwiched in the middle of a rainbow? Famous app where you slice objects flying on the screen, Blank Ninja. What type of vegetable is a red bliss? Which famous Roman was killed on the Ides of March, Julius Blank? Those are your 4. I'm looking. Doug's in.
Types of salad.
They are types of salads. Give Doug the point. Doug's up 3-2. Doug is 1 away from making it to our finals. Oh, Erik, now's the time. Now's the time to get ready.
Loosen up here.
Loosen up. Get all loosey-goosey. Here is potentially our final question of the game. But Eric, good luck. What color was the rabbit that Alice followed down the rabbit hole? Complete the title of the Trog's most famous song, Blank Thing. Which singer had a tumultuous relationship with Rihanna in 2009, Chris Blank? In the Disney film Aladdin falls in love with which princess? In a moment, you'll get your clue. I'm looking to see if anybody rings in. Jerry was a famous football version of this. I'm going to read them through one more time. If anyone rings in, you can get it. If not, then we'll go to the next question. What color was the rabbit that followed Alice down the rabbit hole? Complete the title of the Trog's most... Eric's in.
Types of rice?
It is types of rice. Eric
Nice.
gets the point. And we are now on to our final question of the game. However you slice it, it's going to end right here. We're locked up at 3-3. The winner is going to go to the final game and a chance to win absolutely nothing. And the loser is done now and takes home absolutely nothing. The stakes are high, gentlemen. Good luck. Beginning with the letter N, which word is used to describe a small lump of gold found in the ground? Name the U.S. president who survived an assassination attempt in 1981. Blank, Reagan. A side of fish cut from the bone is a what? By what name is an Apple Macintosh more commonly known? Those are your four, and this is for the game. Here is your clue. Golden arches. Eric.
These things you can get at McDonald's?
It is McDonald's. That is it. Eric Dewey has won his way into the final game. There we go. We have a winner. And
I
we
had
will
that
see
answer.
you at the end of the game. Yes, Doug?
I had that answer. I just didn't ring in time.
That's the tough part in these, is managing to get in and to ring in and to be there. Doug, thank you so much for playing. Eric, we're going to see you at the end of the game. And all of you out there, we're going to see you in 22 seconds after these ads. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It was so many advertisements. I hope you bought all of the things which may or may not be there. We're about to head into game number 2. Let me turn this off. We're not playing Linkee anymore. We're into a brand new game because I have a basement full of them. Our next game is Imagine by Game Right Games. So let me show you real quick. Here's what it looks like. That sure is the box. Can you imagine what this is going to be like? What it's going to be like is a very strange mix of a stack of clear cards and charades. But before we get there, let's talk to our competitors, our contestants for this game. Let me bring in Christy and Russ. Christy and Russ, how are you doing tonight?
Great, Bruce. How are you?
You know, not bad. Not bad. Nothing's happened yet. The game hasn't fallen apart. I take it as a victory.
Cool.
Where are you joining us from? Because you're both in the same place, so you're both from the same place.
We are right here in Hoco, Maryland.
Beautiful Howard County, Maryland. No one calls it Hoco. As you know, the game comes from beautiful Charm City, Maryland, which some people do say. No one calls Howard County, Hoco, Maryland. I'm just letting you know out there. If you're out there and you're watching this, you're like, I'm going to go to Maryland and be cool. Don't do that. So I hear Rocky over from the arena saying, I used to when I was a kid.
Well, okay, Rocky.
Yeah, so take that for what it's worth. Russ, since you're on the left, I'm going to talk to you first. What's your favorite game?
I like Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride is a fantastic game, and even as the kind of nerd that hosts a board game-based game show in his basement, I still think it's a game everyone should own. We are taping this right now kind of in the middle of the lockdown, and they have even made a new print-and-play version you can play from home that has something to do with quarantine. Check it out. We talked about it in the last episode. It is still, I believe, a free print-and-play. So a fantastic game. Also a very cool app. If you're just somewhere bored in a car, but not driving, you shouldn't drive and play it. But if you happen to be in a car, you're just there, try the app for it. It's not too bad. How about you, Christy? So you're in a Twister shirt, but I don't want to be presumptuous.
That is not my favorite game.
It's not a lot of people's favorite games.
My favorite game is Shenanigans.
Oh, goodness. Christy, hit me with it just a little bit. How's
Okay.
Shenanigans work?
Okay, so Shenanigans is like the coolest thing ever. You move your pieces around the board and you land on carnival games, and then you play the carnival games. Like, you might be taking a tiddlywink and trying to shoot it through somebody's eye and pie in the eye, or you might be spinning something to guess someone's weight, or you might be flicking marbles to try to bowl. And every game is a carnival game, and it was based off like a 1950s, early 60s TV game show in which children competed at these games, and then they made it into a board game. It is so much fun.
So here's the deal. I'm in like 65% of the way. I'm totally in with you until I'm trying to maim one of my fellow players with a tiddlywink, or I'm just
No.
I think
it's not a real person.
We're gamers 260.
You're shooting it through an eye in the board. An eye in the board. It's not
okay,
your
so we're just training to hit human eyes. We're not actually hitting human eyes.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, much like that game, we are a variety show of different games, and we're about to move on to game number 2 of our show. That is Imagine from Game Right Games. Let me move over to the arena where Rocky is. There are your scoreboards, Chris and Rusty.
There you
All
go.
right.
Let me do that. Let me do this. I want us all on the screen so we can see. So what's going to happen is Rocky has a deck of cards over there that have all kinds of they're clear cards with little images on them. And Rocky has clues that she's going to be trying to give you using these weird cards she has. Now, she can't talk to you. She can't convey letters, but she's allowed to convey motions and kind of move the cards around and sort of use them as puppets. So what we're going to do is the first thing I'm going to do is I want to set up the banner here. Everything in the game is going to be an object. Okay, so you're always going to be looking for objects for everything in the game tonight. We're going to start out with a test clue. This is our test clue for the night for our very first game. Let me pull one thing up real fast because I have now realized that putting the clock and the thing where I can see the answers in the same place is probably not the greatest thing, but Rock, you're showing an object. Both Christy and Russ, take a look at this and try to tell me what Rock is showing. This is a practice match. There we go. Tell me what you think she's trying to convey. It's an object.
Suitcase. Purse.
Purse is correct. Purse is absolutely correct. So that's exactly what you're doing. What's going to happen is we're going to start with player number 1. We flipped a burger backstage. We decided Russ is going to start. So Russ, you're going to have 30 seconds of Rocky attempting to show you the next object. If you can guess it in time, you're going to get a point. If not, at the end of 30 seconds, Christy, you're going to get a chance to steal. We're going to go back and forth 3 times, so you're each going to get 3 chances. If at the end the score is tied, we will play a 7th and final round where we will complicate this game with a buzzer. Okay?
Excellent.
That sound good?
Yes.
So we're going to begin with Russ's turn. Rocky, just so that you and I are in communication, we're doing number 1. We are doing number 1. Okay, your 30 seconds begins now. There we go. There's some things. Russ, you can just keep shouting out stuff.
Sunbather.
It's not Sunbather. 19 seconds. Ten seconds.
That person. Ball, sun, eclipse, shadow. Shadow?
Yes, Shadow is it with 3 seconds on the board. Russ gets the point. It is, in fact, Shadow. Oh, there we go. There's the horn that tells me that time. Oh, my word. That is obnoxious. We're testing all the tools out, y'all. That is really terrible. We will have to fix that by the time we do the final show. Good work, Russ. You have 1 point in the game. Christy, we're moving on to you. Let me make sure I know what our next clue is. Rocky, are you ready? Your 30 seconds begins now.
Book. Library.
That is exactly book. I decided to set you up with easy ones to begin with. All the time in the world is still remaining on the clock. We didn't have to hear the terrible siren. So that is for the best. So for this one, I think let's start with Christy this round. Christy, the next one's going to be yours. Let me make sure that I know what the category is. It sure is that, isn't it? Okay, so let's take a look. Your 30 seconds is going to begin. Rocky, are you ready? Here we go.
Man. Rain. Sweat. Perspiration. X marks the spot. Treasure. Jacks.
20 seconds.
Rainbow. Sprinkler. Sprinkler system. Rain. Squirting cucumber.
10 seconds.
Spinning a sprinkler. Hose.
4, 3.
No, sprinkler. Sundial.
Obnoxious alarm. As soon as that ends, Russ, you have
Fire.
one chance to guess this to see if you can get it. Russ, can you tell me what it was?
Fan.
Fan is correct. Give Russ the points.
Oh,
Russ is up 2-1, and it's his turn.
oh no.
Oh, yes, Christy. It is everything we were terrified of. I hope you're prepared. This is what we're doing. This is what it's become. It is now Russ's turn. He's up 2-1. Let me take a look at our next clue. Our next clue I have there, and we're going to begin. Rocky, are you ready and locked in? Russ, this is for you. Your 30 seconds start now. There's a lot going on. You like that water thing? 20 seconds.
I'm trying to figure out what that thing is.
That's the important part.
Quarterstaff. No.
9 seconds. 5 seconds.
Oh, barbell. Weightlifter.
Barbell is correct. Russ gets the point. Rocky figures it out with 5 seconds to go. So, Russ, with this next one, you can just put the game away. This is your next clue. There are enough points left that Christy could get back in the game. But if you can get this next one, Russ.
Wait, why does he get to go again?
Because he stole yours, and then it was his turn. Remember, it went Russ, Christy, Russ, Christy.
Wait. You went Russ, and
We
then
went Russ, then we went you.
Christy, and he got a point, and then that was his. Weightlifter was his. Barbell was his. So this should be me.
And then it's Russ, got a turn, got a point.
Oh.
You took a turn, got a point, took a turn, didn't get a point.
I understand.
We're in your basement.
I understand.
Your
Okay.
basement.
It's
Your
a
room.
classic switchback. I promise you. We've done. I know you see this basement. You're like, not a lot of game shows have happened there. And that's a true statement. But we know how game shows work here. Russ, this is your chance to end the whole thing. Rocky, we're on clue number 5. Rocky does not sound like this is going to work out, Russ. So, Christy, be ready to steal. And here we go. 30 seconds. Okay. That's some stuff. Pardon me?
Commercialism.
No.
Exhaust. Pollution. Exhaust.
Almost.
Pollution. Emissions. Carbon emissions. Tailpipe.
Yes,
muffler.
tailpipe is the correct answer. That is it. That is 4. That is the game. Russ, you have won your way into the finals.
Yay.
Good work. Here's what we're going to do is I'm going to stop the clock. There were still a couple more left. Let's just for fun go through them together. We
Okay.
had 2 more just in case we were going to need them. We didn't know it was going to be a blowout like this. Rocky, give us the next one. Let's work on this one together.
Swing.
Yes, swing is absolutely correct. And then we have one more. Let's see. This is, I think, my favorite. Of all of them.
Lollipop. Juggler.
No,
Lollipop on fire.
it is almost a lollipop on fire.
Oh.
All right.
Matchstick.
Matchstick is absolutely correct, Christy. That would have been a point if we had gotten to that point in the game. But we didn't. Russ has won. Russ, you're making it to the finals where you can win absolutely nothing.
Yay.
All right.
Congratulations. And
Yay.
we will be back in just a moment. We'll be back in, let's say, roughly 22 seconds while we sell some products. I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back to Board Game, the game show. We have finished 2 games from my basement, but I promised you 3 and a winner's circle, so technically I promised you 4. So we're moving on to game number 3, and let me bring that up for you. We are going to be playing Wordsy from Formal Ferret Games, but the most important part of Board Game, the game show, are the people, not the game. So let me bring on the contestants. We have Derek and Chris.
Hey!
Hello.
Hello. Let's start with you, Derek. Where are you coming to us from?
Well, I am coming to you from my tiny little sort of studio made out of a tiny spare bedroom in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Beautiful Colorado.
And it actually snowed on the mountains this morning.
Oh my goodness, that horrifies me on the East Coast that snow still exists in this country.
Yep, it happened. Yep, there's video evidence and everything.
I understand. Plus, I have my best people on it. You're my best Colorado Springs people. So I have to assume that you're telling me the truth. If not, don't ever go back and tell me the truth. Just always stand behind this snow lie. I'm not going to look real hard, so you're not going to have to work hard at it, but don't tell me tomorrow. No, remember last night on the show, I lied. Don't do that. I don't want to hear that.
No, the snow is magical. You need to believe that snow's out there. It's magical.
Oh, so it's like Peter Pan.
Yes.
Okay, fair. So Derek, we ask everybody, what's your favorite game? Or as I've learned with a lot of game nerds I talk to, what's a game you like right now?
Yeah, I have a hard time boiling down everything I love about gaming as a hobby into one single game. So right now, my jam is Similo.
Nice.
So basically one player, it's a cooperative game. One player is a clue giver, and you put out an array of cards on the table. This one in particular is about fairy tale characters. And and basically the clue giver has a hand of cards, and one of the cards on the table is theirs. And they give clues by playing cards to the table that say that there's something either in common with the card they play, or they can flip it the other way and say it's not in common with the card. And that quality is completely up to them. It could be eye color, it could be the character's role in their story, whatever. And the other players have to systematically eliminate cards over the course of 5 rounds to finally figure out which single card of those 12 on the table is the clue giver's card. So it's a blast. It's a great game to play over stream. So during the COVID situation, it's been wonderful to play over Skype and whatnot with family. So
very cool. Might be a thing we can adapt for Board Game the Game Show. We'll have to take
totally. It could totally be done.
Nice. Well, we have a completely different game we're playing today, but we need to meet who you're going to be competing with. I'm going to jump over. How are you doing, Chris?
Fantastic, Bruce. It's good to see you once again in the world of the internet.
You know, it is good to see you too. We can't hide this because you're in the shirt for the show. I should have worn your show's shirt. I wish I would have thought of it, and we could have done that.
I'm going to remember this forever, just so you're aware.
I understand. So am I. But I would have loved if we were in like a Freaky Friday T-shirt situation, and I failed us.
Well, I mean, if you tune into an April Fool's episode from several years ago, we've been there, and it was delightful. I would do it again.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
So where are you coming to us from, Chris?
I'm coming to you from what used to be known as Flip the Table Tower, home of the Flip the Table podcast about cheesy, weird, and obscure board games. That podcast ended in 2017, so it is now a Spirit of Halloween store. But we occasionally still make some fun content and put it out there for the people.
Very good. If while you're around, and this is just while you're walking around, if you find like a half-off, decent-looking Ghostbusters Proton pack, holla at your boy.
Trust me, I will be hoarding them. I will collect at least 4 for myself, and then I will hook you up.
I just want the 5th one. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, you could be the 5th Ghostbuster. That'd be fun.
Is there a run on those or something?
Ghostbusters 2. That could be a thing.
Well, I mean, if there isn't a run on decently made cheap Proton packs, what are we doing as fans? That's the main thing there. So, Chris, same question. I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite game or what's your favorite game right now?
Let me tell you about my favorite game show-based board game.
Works for me.
A little bit of show and tell here. This is The Price is Right from 1986.
Oh, nice.
The best board game show money can buy. And let me tell you why. Because it's like if Dungeons and Dragons were a game show-based board game, it'd be this. You got this sort of Dungeon Master's Guide where the host guides everybody else through all the pricing games like Three Strikes and Danger Price and who doesn't love One Away and Lucky 7, where you can get a car with a 4-digit price. Remember those? And then cool prizes like this ultralight airplane and 70 square feet of carpet.
Oh, that's what I want, 70 square feet.
We got a VHS tape. We got a robot. And a home satellite dish as well. So, I mean, it's a quality game. It's a great party game. I highly recommend it if you can come across it. And it tends to thrift pretty easy. So it might not be as hard to come by as you think.
Well, there you go. We've looked at new games. We've looked at thrift games. But now it's time to look at word games because we are about to play. Let me pull it out and show it to you here. A modified version of Wordsy.
Wordsy!
From Gil Ho and the fine folks at Formal Ferret Games. Let me take you over to the arena. Let me set that up. Here we go. So, Derek, Chris, you see your lovely scoreboards out there. And you see 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. Rocky is about to lay out 8 letter cards. Rocky, feel free to do that. You have a V. V has a +1. That means it's actually going to be worth 6 points if you can use it. A Z, which is +2. That is a horrible row there. No more bonus cards are allowed to come out. So we're going to play the rest of the cards here. Feel free to look at these. On the first one, you get to cheat just a little bit. You get a little bit of a lead in while I talk to you. So in your one word, every letter from the 5-point column is worth 5 points. Every one from the 4 is worth 4. From the 3 is worth 3. And from the 2 is worth 2. You can make any word you want. It can be a word with these letters or not with these letters, but remember, these letters are how you score points. The first occurrence of each letter is going to score points for you, but it is unimportant whether you make a word with only those letters. So unlike a game like Scrabble, where your hands are tied because you can only use the letters that are on your rack, you can use every letter in the alphabet to make any word you can think of. But remember, the key letters that are on the screen are the ones that are going to pay you, okay? Here's the other thing you need to know. As soon as you come up with a word, ring in on your buzzer. That will tell me that one of you has come up with a word. Once you've come up with a word, I'm going to give you a 10 count. The other player will have 10 seconds to come up with a new word. So the bad news is, normally in Wordsy, you get 30 seconds. The good news is, I count 10 seconds like a WWE referee. So you're going to get a long 10 count to figure it out. Once you're done that, we're going to close everything off, look at your words, and see how many points you scored. We're going to play 3 rounds. The best 2 scores are how we determine who goes to the winner's circle. In the event that you score equal, once we've added the top 2 scores, we'll add the 3rd score in. If they are all equal, we'll play one final board. Does that make sense, gentlemen?
Sounds good.
Well, here's what we're going to do. Rocky's already taken the time to put some letters out. So we're going to start with the letters you see in front of you. Start working on a word. When you have a word that you feel is acceptable, once again, ring in, and then I'll start the 10 count on the other player. 5 points apiece, technically 6 points apiece on the V, 7 points for the Z, 4 points for L's, for an L and a C. You only get it for the first time you use it. So if you were to give me 2 L's in the word, you're only going to get 4 points. Derek has rung in. You have 10 seconds. 10.
I'm trying to buzz and it's not buzzing.
Okay, well, that's fine. Do you have it, Chris?
I do.
Okay, well, then it looks like everyone's in. So let's do this. I'm going to pull out to here so we can all chat about it. So, Derek, you rung in first. Show me what your word is. Derek has grazing. G-R-A-Z or Z if you're coming from England or Canada.
Important information, yeah.
Indeed. N-G. Grazing. Chris, what's your word?
I hope I spelled this right. I have privilege.
Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. Privilege. Rocky is over at the arena adding up the scores, and we'll go to her. Let's see what those scores are. Derek in with grazing, getting 13 points from that. Chris in with privilege, pulling 18 off the first word, 13 to 18. We're going to move on to word number 2. Rocky, clear the board and reset it. Players, get ready. There we go. As we reset the board, we have an H worth 6 points with the bonus. An F worth 6 points with the bonus. No more bonuses will be available on the board. We have an S. We have an L. In the 3-point column, a D. If you know what I'm talking about, a B. And the 2-point column presents an L. And there cannot be any more L's. Your first L is worth 4. Your second L is worth 2. And a C. Begin making your word. Remember, once you have a word, ring in, and that'll start a 10 count on your opponent. Remember, we are going to go 3 words, your 2 best scores. That's what we'll be using to make your final. Chris is rung in. 10. 9. Derek is also in. Very fast, gentlemen. I'm incredibly impressed. Let's go back. Let's take a look at your words. Chris, you were the first one to ring in. What are you giving me?
Flushed. F-L-U-S-H-E-D.
F-L-U-S-H-E-D. Flushed. Like I had multiple flushes.
Right.
I flushed.
I did flush in the past, and
Yeah.
I will flush again. But for now, I have flushed.
Indeed.
Pretty sure it's a
past
compound word, but yeah, if the judges condemn me, I understand.
Flashbulb is what we're in with.
I'd accept
FL.
that. As the opponent, I would be okay with that.
Okay. Chris is allowing it, so luckily I don't need to call balls and strikes. F-L-A-S-H-B-U-L-B. Flashbulb. Rocky is noting you can't hear over the arena. Rocky is a photographer, and she's saying if anyone knows how to spell flashbulb, you do not need to spell that for me. We will go over to the arena and let's check out the score.
I thought you were going to tell me I spelled it wrong, and I was like, did I?
You were like, Bruce, it's a compound word, but I know I got all 9 letters right.
Hey, if the ref didn't see
worry.
it didn't happen. So
for word number 2, flashbulb, good for 20.
Ooh, wow.
Shouldn't have allowed that, Chris. With flush, good for 23 points.
I think he's still ahead.
Stopped right now, Chris would be ahead. But in Wordsy, in normal Wordsy, you play, I believe, 7 words and use your best 5. Here we're playing 3 using our best 2. So we're keeping some of Wordsy, but not all of Wordsy, because as I say a lot of times, my basement, my rules, y'all.
That's fair.
So to our 3rd and final board. Rocky, clear the board. Reset the board. Beeble bubble, beeble bubble, beeble bubble, beep, bop, bop. Here are our final stack of words, gentlemen. Good luck. An F, good for 6 points. An R, oh my goodness, we finally are going to have a bonus tile somewhere else. For 4 points, your T is available. You have a P as in Peter, not helping you. A W, there's your second bonus. That makes it worth 4 points. A D up there in the 3-point column. In the 2-point column, we have a C, and our final letter is a G. Gentlemen, begin making your word ring, and as soon as you have one, that will start the 10 count on your opponent. But both of you are pretty fast at this. So fast that normally in my kibitzing, I don't notice how quick you've rung in. That is how quick you normally are. Good, solid word game players. But remember, your 2 best scores are we're going to use to determine if you make it to the winner's circle, which, as I've stated many times, is just a real thing, y'all. It's just a real thing. So let's take a look. This apparently nodding up both expert word players. No one's rung. Derek has rung in. That starts a 10 count. Chris has rung in. I don't even need to count. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. Bing, 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 bing. I just wanted to do that because I wanted to live my WWE referee fantasy. So let's take a look. Let's pull out Derek.
Well, you made the claim. We needed proof. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Derek, what is your word? Derek's in with wafting.
Ooh.
W-A-F-T-I-N-G. Wafting. A heck of a word. A lot of potential points there. But Chris, what are you doing? You're fighting. You're in the game with what word?
I don't know. This is going to be a close one. I have forward.
Forward. F-O-R-W-A-R-D. Forward is the word that we have. And for final scores, let's go to the arena. For the final, wafting scoring 16. Chris scoring 18.
Woo!
That means going to the... Is this a dead tie? And then we put the 3rd score in. So Chris is going to make it on the tiebreaker, if I'm adding it up correctly. And I do believe I am. It had to go to all 3 words. Chris, congratulations.
Woohoo! Well done, Derek. You are a more than worthy opponent, sir.
Well played, Derek. Unfortunately, you're going to be leaving with nothing, and you're not going to get to go to the winner's circle where you have a chance to win nothing.
I'm taking my buzzer.
Very good. You keep your buzzer, and all of you at home, keep watching these ads. We'll be back in about 22 seconds. The game show. We are about to head into the winner's circle, which you're going to get a little preview of what you're about to see because you're going to see it running across the screen, but we're in the winner's circle tonight. If you watch the show before, you know what we're about to do, but if you haven't, this is about to be a real thing. Let me bring all of our players back in. We're bringing Chris, we're bringing Russ, we're bringing Erik, and now, I said at the beginning, I present my DJ, Rocky, and you may think, Rocky she's got the card, she's in the arena. Oh no, let me introduce to the stage right now, Rocky!
I feel like I need really peppy music. Just do.
The best peppy music that royalty free can buy.
Yes, it's my favorite kind. Speaking of dodging copyright, so we are about to play a game called Earworm. Whoa. It's a great game. It's possibly one of my favorite party games. Now, don't tell anybody. So, you know how songs are called earworms because they get stuck in your head forever? I hope they're still there. You're going to need them. So I have to get you to guess names of songs. I don't need the artist. That's fine. We don't need to be that extra right now. So I have to get you to guess these songs. by singing the song, but I can't use any words. So there's only one way I know how to do that, and I'm going to meow the songs at you.
Makes sense.
Yes. So answer quickly, and I will stop quickly. Yes, Bruce.
You need to ring in to answer. 3 points wins the game. Good luck.
Okay. All right. Is everybody ready?
Ready.
All right. Mentally prepare. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Who was? Russ.
Tequila.
Yes, it is. Meow, 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 meow. One for Russ. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Chris?
Mama number 5.
Yes. Yes, it is. Not 4. Not 6. 5. Okay. All right. Meow, 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 meow. Chris.
Old Town Road.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right, we got Chris with 2, Russ with 1. Eric, you can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in you too, Eric.
That's teamwork. I like that. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Yes, Eric.
Is it 9 to 5?
It is.
Welcome to the game.
Thank you. I just wanted to give you guys a lead.
You were gonna let them feel comfortable. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Chris.
Eleanor Rigby.
That is Eleanor Rigby. Did we say first to 3? We did say first to 3. We have a winner. It is Chris. Congratulations.
You got any more of those? You got any more of those on deck?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I do.
You know, I would stake my reputation on one more question.
Really?
One more question, 10,000 points. Let's do this.
Oh.
Oh, so we put together.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Because that's a bold claim.
It's bold. I'm a bold person.
Meow, 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 meow. It's Russ.
Careless whisper.
Inches away.
10,000 points for Russ. Excellent work.
Oh, fantastic work, Russ. Very good. You have 10,000 points. You've won the game. That means you take home absolutely nothing. Everybody out there, let's bring you in real quick into the room here. Thank you so much for joining us for Board Game, the game show. We thank you so much to all of our contestants, all of our competitors, and to all of you watching. Remember, between now and the next time we see each other, go play a game.